All right, guys, here we are, Kristen and Eric, Sports Arena. We are here live at the Orlando Magic game, and you know, the Orlando Magic came away with a victory tonight. Final score was 111 to 106.
Almost did not come away with this victory, though.
It did not. It did not.
They were leading the entire game.
Yeah.
And then fourth quarter, you know, Dallas came back and outscored them 33-19 in the fourth quarter, which was surprising. When I talked to Coach Carlisle after the game, you know, he really said that they got to find ways to start faster. They're starting too slow out here, and that's why they can't win on the road, and that's why they're struggling so much on the road. They don't pull it together until later in the game. May have something to do with that trade right at the All-Star break when they.
Does it really, though?
I mean, it's new guys in the building. You know, some new chemistry. They've had chemistry with Barnes and Wes and Diaz Jr.
Okay, I get that, but here's the funny thing of this whole situation. I actually was listening to Coach Clifford talk about, you know, the team, and this is one of the first times for me personally I heard a coach just put it all out there. He was like, listen, if we played the same game that we played tonight, tomorrow night against this team, we would have lost because we just had a night where their shots weren't going in and ours were. But the one thing he spoke of was something that, Kristen, you probably mentioned, that defense. The defense that did not exist with the Mavericks did not exist with the Magic either. And so there were times where the Magic were it just seemed like once the ball went up, everybody just stopped moving. People had cement in their shoes. Luckily, came away with a victory.
Well, you mentioned it at halftime that the Magic had 4 guys in double figures and the Mavericks only had 1. And then immediately in the third quarter, I pointed out to you that all of a sudden the Mavericks had 4 guys in double figures just like that. And then all of a sudden 5. Ross had a great game off the bench, coming off the bench with the 22 points, 4 3-pointers. So he was saving them. The points off the bench, they beat up Dallas in that aspect, and I think that's why they ended up coming away with this victory.
And Coach Clifford talked about that. He said, our bench tonight played better than our starters. Now, when I was in the locker room, you know, Aaron Gordon, Terrence Ross, they all echoed the same sentiment. We have to get better. You know, the question was asked, hey guys, seven teams that you're going to play against right now are losing teams. The sense of urgency, the drive, what needs to be done? Because the one thing I've always spoke about, and Kristen, you and I talked about it earlier, was playing to the level of competition. It seemed like in the first half, the Magic got themselves out to a decent lead, and then all of a sudden, as the second half came, it was like they came down instead of staying at that high level that we know this team to be.
Yeah, their fourth quarter has really been the key for the Magic this year, and their wins and their losses, and they need to start finishing strong. And this is important for them, you know, because they're tied for that 9th spot right now in the East. And I've just looked it up. The Heat are beating the Cavs right now, 94-83. It looks like the Heat are going to come away with this victory. So every single game is so important for the Magic right now.
Oh yeah, and of course Charlotte pulled away with a 1-point win tonight. So you know that keeps them a game above the Magic. So we'll see what happens, but Kristen and I will talk more about this tomorrow. We're going to be down at Charlotte Sports Park for the Rays spring training with the rest of the crew, Great L. Bushman and Chip. Just, you know, Kristen, a big thank you to you for coming out tonight. This has been huge. Got to come back to more games. Definitely got to get you out here because just the energy that was here tonight. Luckily, like we said, the Magic did come away with the victory, 111-106 over the Dallas Mavericks. For the Sports Arena, Kristen and man Eric, we will talk to you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m.
Thanks, guys. Good night.